us your initial thoughts on our last game at Lake State.
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting way to end the season in that we just played one single game at Lake State to end it. And what it did was it gave us some extra time, both teams some extra time to rest going into the playoffs. So it was planned that way. Obviously, not the night that we wanted to have. The positives of it though. We got a really solid performance in that from Noah Giesbrecht, and both our goalies, both Logan Stein and Noah Giesbrecht, have been really, really playing well. Um, Especially since Christmas, and you look at a lot of the secondary metrics, and in those categories, they're top two in the conference. So we really feel we have a lot of confidence going to the postseason with the way those two guys are playing, and then. It was a good night too for some of our other guys that kind of play in different roles. Drew Cooper scored a goal, and he's been both a forward and a defenseman for us this year. So it's nice to see him get rewarded. But all in all, we just kind of tried to really dwell on the positives with the way that Noah played, and focus on that extra rest that we had last weekend. And then we've had a great week of practice so far this week, and we're excited to head to Bemidji.
Coming off that loss, what has been the message to the team this week as you get ready for the playoffs and get ready for Bemidji State?
Well, more than anything, it's been just trying to focus on the things that we can improve. We felt like we'll have to play a very specific style of hockey to be successful against Bemidji. Obviously, they're coming off a really, really great regular season. They won the conference regular season championship last weekend, so we'll have to be on our game. But we do feel like we match up well against them. We played them 4 times in the regular season, split with them here in Big Rapids, and then played 2 really, really tight in overtime game and another tight game there a couple weeks ago. So, we have to play a really specific style of hockey, and that was kind of the message going to this week. Is if everyone's locked in and we're all on the same page and we're all disciplined and playing that kind of hockey, that we can be successful. And the guys know that, and they bought in right from the first second of practice this week. So I think it's been a good week. Just getting the pieces in place, so to speak, to be able to face them this weekend.
And can you also maybe just talk about the playoffs itself? Obviously, you have to go in there and win 2 games, and not going to be easy, but I'm sure it's very, very doable. And are the guys very feeling confident that obviously you've lost 3 out of 4, but go in there, you can take 2 from there?
Absolutely, we are. And you know what? Like, the league this season was so tight from top to bottom that there was such a small difference between every team. And really, when you look at the 4 playoff series, it was just a bizarre situation. You had teams that could finish anywhere from 1st to 5th heading into the last night of the season, and it was just one of those situations where so little separates every team that when you look at the 4 series, I think you could say all 4 of them are going to be toss-ups, and I think that anyone that's watched our league this year would feel the same about our series with Bemidji State. And it's one of those situations where we know that if we play the style of hockey we need to play against these guys, we can definitely be successful. We like a lot of the things with this matchup. The other thing that we have, a lot of older guys on the team, and they experienced some playoff success last year. We went down on the road, we swept Bowling Green in the playoffs, and that was something we can really rely on. Then we went to the semifinals and played a really, really good Minnesota State team and played them right to the buzzer, and could have easily have won that game as well. So I think our older guys can lean on that experience from last year, having the success going on the road, winning 2 out of 3. And just also the fact that we just played there a couple weeks ago. So everything's fresh in our mind. The routine's fresh in our mind. The arena, the hotel, all those kind of secondary things. It'll be second nature once we get there. And, we can just kind of go about our business and focus on hockey.
And one last question for me, and just talk about, what was I going to say? Sorry, you just went off there, Dave. Can you also, about the opponent, the Bemidji State. Obviously, you say you guys know him very, very well, and the guys were mentioning about what they learned, that they are a very, very strong offensive team. So, is there a lot of the emphasis has been on playing good defense? And as you mentioned, you've been very happy with the performance of your goaltending.
Right. We know with all confidence we're going to get great goaltending from both Noah and Logan. And then, we really put an emphasis on the defense. Good defense will lead to good offense. And at the end of the day, they are a talented offensive team. They do some things that are pretty nifty with cutbacks and different things, try to possess the puck down low. And so we focused this week on that, trying to shut that down, trying to limit their offensive zone time, the pressure that they have on us. And then they're a very good, quick strike team, too. They can quickly counter and transition if you make a mistake. So a lot of the emphasis has been how we can protect the puck, how we can, slow them down a little bit coming to the neutral zone, then shut them down in the defensive zone so that we can limit the opportunities they do have.
Both Luigi and Antonio were talking about having no pressure going into this game, being the lower seed. What does that kind of mean to you? Is going in there kind of no pressure, and you're the lower seed, no one really expects you to win, but you can come out and shock everyone?
Right. No, I think that's the exact mentality you have to have, and it's something where you can play. If you're not squeezing your stick, if you're not playing, pressure hockey, so to speak, you kind of feel like the weight in the world might be on their shoulders a little bit. And for us, like the guys probably said, we might not have anything to lose, so to speak. But I think it's a great combination, a great balance we have of that, the no pressure aspect, and then the fact that we did have a tremendous amount of playoff success last year. So the guys know how to win these tough series on the road. They know what has to happen. The older guys can lead the way on that. And I think the combination of the two, going in as the team with no pressure, then going in with the playoff experience that we have, really lends itself to a lot of confidence in our locker room right now.
And then, like you were saying, the two games you played there were both very tight. The overtime one and then another tightly contested game. What did you guys take away from that, knowing that you kind of have a little bit of success against them and can kind of translate that into the playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. And the two games here too, I think we traded wins. We beat them 5-2 one of the nights here. So you look at the whole body of work this year, and I think the guys are really, really confident. And again, it just comes down to you play a team 4 times in the regular season, and it could be 7 times by the time this weekend's over. So there's no secrets between us. Like we've all done our homework. We know what they're going to bring against us. They know what we're going to bring against them. So it's a matter of execution at this point and really being prepared. We know that they're a strong team. They're a physical team. Again, they want to possess the puck down low. They want to try to grind you with their cutbacks and their different things they want to do in the offensive zone. And they want to get that quick strike transition game going on you as well. So I think just having that familiarity and knowing that we can play, we had the formula, especially the first night there and the night that we beat them here. The guys know the formula. It's just now a matter of going in, being very, very disciplined, and then special teams are always huge too, especially as you get to this time of the season. And traditionally there's not a lot of special teams play in the playoffs compared to the regular season. So when you do get those opportunities, if it's a penalty kill, you got to go out there and find a way, block shots, get the puck out, kill the penalty. Then on the power play, you might have one a night. You might have 0 that. You might have 2 maybe at the most. So you have to really, buy in and take advantage of those opportunities, and because those 1 or 2 special teams opportunities a night could mean the difference between a win and a loss.